So hi, When the Grimes podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with
Matt 0936.
And we're some questions today about his new EP. None of us are getting out. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to it so far?
I think it's great. It was like a lot of these songs are older songs. Some of them are like, 2-3 years old, so maybe even longer than that. Yeah. So it's nice to feel like nobody's been like, hey, are some of these like from a way different era than some of these? No one's asked that yet. So I think it's been pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah.
To get that in there a little seamlessly. But yeah, I think it's been really good. The response to the intro track was better than I think we expected. That got us like a little bit of it got us a couple Spotify playlists, like a cover of a Spotify playlist that we weren't expecting to get. And we kind of just put that out for people who care. You know what I mean, about the kind of thing that we do. There's like no hook. There was like 6 different beats, and so yeah, it was cool. I think it's been pretty good so far.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the EP. I've been following you for a while, so this was a pleasant surprise.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. That was like, we made that song like 6 different times just on Zoom, because my producer lives in LA. We used to live together, and then I moved, and he stayed in LA. So we made that on Zoom like 5 or 6 different sessions, and then I made that like ending beat with like the vocal sample, and then he made the rest of the beat around the vocal sample. So it was like a good 6 or 7 Zoom sessions to get that one done, but it turned out good.
God damn.
Yeah, now, it sounds like it's worth it.
Yeah, obviously there's space between you and your producer, but do you struggle at all like with a Zoom session if it has to come up like with that the intro song?
No, I think it's just like different workflows, because sometimes it's nice to be able to just record by myself, and just take hours on vocals and not care. I kind of more want to get something done in a more timely manner for working together. And that's not to say I can't cut things later, but I usually have pretty bad demoitis, so I usually won't cut vocals again. So it's just different workflows. But I'll go out there a lot, and then I work with a lot of producers where I live and stuff like that. So
gotcha. Makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah. So is there any meaning behind the EP title or cover art?
So the first two EPs, the You Will Not Be Saved If You Don't Save Yourself, are the 2. And when I was on tour in 2021, me and my drummer at the time, I was talking about how I couldn't find like a name for the EP. And then we walked outside from this venue we were playing. It was a headline show. And it just said, "None of Us Are Getting Out," like on the wall. That's like spray painted. Yeah. And he was like, I feel like that goes with like the encompassing theme. And I was like, that is weird that would be just written here as we're kind of talking about this, whether it be that exact day or the week of, I don't know, whatever but that's kind of what we were talking about at the time. And I saw that and I was like, damn, it's kind of like a perfect follow-up to the first 2 titles. And I think, it's just kind of, don't take everything too serious.
Yeah.
Type of thing. It's not really like, it's not a demonic saying. It's more like, don't take anything too serious, because, you got the ending.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. We may or may not be getting out. And is there any meaning behind the cover art?
So the photographer who took that photo, he's just one of my favorite photographers, and I saw that photo that he had, and I hit him up and I was like, dude, this feels like the title. I was like, it feels like there's some sort of controlling force, and then someone who's kind of like, blindfold can't see their way, and there's like this, this bigger force kind of behind them, and literally is what it looks like. And I was just like, dude, this is like perfect. And he was like, I would love for this to be your album cover. So I was very stoked on that. But he's also from Pennsylvania. I didn't know that.
Hey.
Oh, nice. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
So it's my guy, I guess.
Hell yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for the EP?
Honestly, for this one in particular, it was kind of like, I went to Detroit and I did, I Felt It All with Landon from The Plot in You. I was in LA and I did When I Wake Up, and with No Love, my producer, and then me, No Love, and Eric Ron did Chasing Shadows like 3 years ago in LA. It was kind of just all over the place, and then the intro was a Zoom song. Watch Out, I produced the instrumental for that, and then I sent that off to No Love to finish up. So that was kind of like a, not really necessarily a Zoom thing. That was more of like a back and forth email thing since I started the production without him and I had the hook idea. So yeah, I mean, all of it was kind of just like the thing that I like to do is like collect songs, so to say. So I'll have a Dropbox of a bunch of demos or a bunch of like semi-finished songs. And then when it's time to, I guess, put together a body work or see what the next single is going to be, I'll start putting like track lists together in Dropbox and kind of just filtering and seeing what makes sense. So there was really no writing process for this. I would like to be like, oh, we got a cabin in the woods and fucking wrote 12 songs in 2 months, but that's not, I've never done that. I do want to go to Hawaii, but then I looked at the flight and it was like 17 hours. I was like, fuck that.
Oh, goddamn. Hell no.
It's like, yeah, it's like you got to go like 6. You got to go like 6 to LA, and then it's like a layover. And then it's another 6. I'm like, I'm not doing all that.
No, I don't blame you.
If I lived in LA, I'd go. But
why the hell not?
The layover. Is that like having a writing process and like getting a cabin in the woods and having 2 months to write? Is that something that you want to explore or do, or do you prefer like the kind of chaotic, pretty much no writing process, just like when the idea strikes or when you have the time with your producer, you hammer something out?
I always wonder if people who do that like kind of writing process where it's like you spend a month straight or 2 months straight, I wonder if it's because they have to get something done. You know what I mean? They're like, we don't have an album, let's go, we have to make an album. If they go make an album. I don't know if I ever want to be in a place where I'm like, I have to get songs done, because I write a lot of songs for other people too. And what I've noticed is, and it's way different when you're writing for other people because it's not the same genre and it's not the same voices, and you know, you don't go to the same keys. But I'll realize that I kind of start writing similarly within the week or two. Like I'll start kind of having similar melodies, like on multiple of my own songs, and I don't enjoy that for myself. So I think it's nice that I can kind of space out, collect songs, do them at different times, live life, have different experiences, write new songs, instead of just kind of being on the same topic and melody and style entirely. I don't know, maybe I would definitely like to get in for a few weeks somewhere and see what does happen, because maybe it will be better. But for now, I don't have any plans.
Gotcha. So what you're saying is pretty much like you're afraid that if you went and like sat down and said I'm writing something, that it would come out sounding like 12 of the same. Yeah,
or just like forced. You know what I mean? Like if I'm like, oh, we're here, we have to write music. Like we're here for we booked this, you know, this space. We just spent 20 grand on this space. We have to use this space. I'm like, I don't know if that's really a good way for me to make music.
That's fair.
Because I feel like I don't know. I don't need to be pressured when I'm making something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you've got your process. It works for you.
Yeah.
I've been doing it since I was like 11 years old. So like,
don't fix what ain't broken. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Damn right. So, what song off the EP took longest to write, and which one is your personal favorite?
Longest to write was definitely the intro because of how many beat switches, and like I would do it. Like I would do the part and then we wouldn't have a beat after that. So then we'd have to produce the beat and then I would write to the next beat. That's why the last rapping part is a vocal shop, because I just made that. And like, I was like, I just want to rap over something new and I don't want to wait for No Love to make a new beat. So it was like, yeah, it was a lot. Favorite song to write?
Or favorite song just in general?
Yeah.
Favorite song in general.
Yeah.
I think Watch Out is like the coolest song on the project to me. I think it's like has like the most like I don't know, is it like edge, I guess. That one's cool. I really liked working with Landon for I Felt It All. I really liked working with Cody from Wage War on Underneath. I don't know. Favorite song? I feel like my favorite song will be Whatever One Does the Best. And I'll be like, hell yeah, I'll make more of those.
Yeah, whatever one does the best, whatever one's going off the hardest live, you know.
Yeah, and I haven't played any of them live yet, so I don't know what, like, my opinion always changes of my songs. Like, I'll play them live and I won't like it, and I'll be like, this song's trash.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So just like that.
Yeah, just like, because I'm like, the energy like got lost on me now that I don't like it live, you know?
Wow. Yeah. Then you never play it again.
Yeah, probably not. No, I get begged to play a few songs all the time, and I'm not doing it.
Fuck that. No,
yeah,
no. Oh, that's fair.
I'm curious because I Felt It All has a stripped version at the end of the EP. I'm curious why that one was chosen to have a stripped back version.
Someone was like, can you do an acoustic? And I was like, yeah.
That was it?
Yeah, that was it.
Wow.
I was gonna DM. They were like, I would love to hear a stripped version of I Felt It All. I was like, all right, cool, I'll do it.
Like, I could do that.
And then
think
it did seem like the most translatable one without having like too much thought in it. So like I just kind of told No Love, I was like, hey, can you just produce out like a simple broken down version and I'll do all the vocals at my house. So I did it in like a day. But yeah, that one's cool. I thought, I guess just like emotionally, that song was like the easiest one to do a strip version for and make it really dramatic. And then but really it was just because someone asked for it, so I was like, sure, I'll do it.
Shout out that fan.
They have my tattoo on. They have like my signature tattooed on them, so I was like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think that's fair.
A fair swap. You got my writing on you. I'll do the song last.
Yeah.
So for this question, I want you to pick your favorite lyric off the EP and tell us the meaning behind it.
And I've never been on the spot. There's so many lyrics.
There is
on this project. There's so many words. You ever realize that? So many words. 7 songs worth. I know, but like I feel like I just have way more words than most people too.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Yeah, and especially the first song, so many words.
Yeah. So many.
I do like the I Felt It All hook lyrics though. I think those are probably my favorite. And then I realized how like not easily, but like how like digestible that song is comparatively to the rest of the songs. I started posting TikToks of that song and it started going off and I was like, damn. But I would probably say the entire hook of I Felt It All if I had to pick lyrics. Just meaning wise, and I love the title, I Felt It All. I think that's like a very strong standalone statement.
Yeah.
It would probably be that, but that's also because Landon's so good and he makes me write good music.
Oh yeah. Love it.
Landon.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So would you be able to tell us where your headspace is at while creating this EP?
I yeah. No, because it was such a long, like I said, like it wasn't like a thought out process, you know what I mean? And I think when it came down to it, I think putting the track list together was more so like how can we make it as different as possible, because like, but also kind of still being eclectic. Like I feel like Watch Out kind of goes with 936 a little bit in that vein, and then Chasing Shadows kind of goes with Underneath a little bit in that vein. And then When I Wake Up and I Felt It All kind of go in that, similar thing. And then Kill Me kind of also fits in the 936 thing. So, but I feel like they all sound so different from each other. Like when you listen to every song, it's not like, oh, I think I've heard this song before. Like if that's the only songs you've heard, because you can hear a lot of albums, right? And you get a lot of the very similar riff or a lot of very similar vocal styles or things like that. We kind of wanted it to be like, how different can every song be, but also still fall under the same umbrella. And I think that's kind of been our idea for all of our EPs, but this one, I think we just pulled it off the best.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's usually where I'm at in general.
Makes sense. Yeah. It was interesting to hear you bring up like the track listing and paying attention to the track listing, because I feel like when it comes to EPs, it feels like it's more just a collection of singles in this day and age, and the track listing is more so maybe for a record, but even then it could just be a collection of singles. So for you, when it comes to track listing, is it always important for you, or was it just happen to be this project where you felt the track listing, needed to make some sort of statement?
No, like, because the first 2 EPs as well, like the first EP, the intro song is called One by One. The second EP, the second intro song is called 2 by 2. And this one's called 936. And we spelled out the 3 because, and the name obviously is 936, but there was a GoPro audio of a crowd chanting that from a festival we played in 2021. So I had the GoPro audio of that chant, and that's what I used for the intro of the project.
Yeah.
So it's like a real thing. It's not like it's like a real audio recording. Yeah. So in my head, and the title is supposed to be stylized to have the word 3 capitalized. I don't know what happened, but it's that way on the vinyl. If you get the vinyl, you'll see that on the back. But yeah, so it's 1 by 1, 2 by 2, and then 936. So those are like the three intros. And then, for the first EP, we had a song called Breathing. The second EP, we had a song called Tragedy. That was the outros. And then this song we have When I Wake Up as the outro. And it's kind of the similar acoustic, broken down, sort of kind of ethereal thing going on. So I do treat the EPs as if they are an album. I think it's super important to have an intro and an outro because I grew up on like a lot of rap mixtapes, and intros and outros are super important in mixtapes, like Meek Mill would always have an intro, Tory Lanez would always have an intro. All these people that I grew up listening to would have intros and outros on their mixtapes. So for me, it's kind of important. And I've always treated everything like it's a full length, even if it is just 7 songs, but kind of giving it that treatment. But yeah, that's to me, I think track listing is super important.
Gotcha. Hell yeah.
100%.
So how do you recommend your fans to listen to this EP for the first time? Should do in the car with friends, dark with headphones on, is workout EP, party EP? What do you personally recommend?
Oh, I mean, if you can be alone listening to it in the car, I'd probably say that's your best bet. Because just off the intro and then Kill Me and Underneath us to start the EP, and then Chasing Shadows, I feel like it's like a really good, and then it calms down. I think it's a really good listening experience that way.
Gotcha. Oh yeah.
Completely agree. Yeah. And this one should be super, super quick off the top of your head. I want you to describe this EP for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less.
Best album ever. No, I'm kidding. I'll go high energy, sad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the whole track list in 3 words.
That's the flow right there.
These words, those aren't 3 descriptive words. Those are 3 words in a timeline.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
So in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through the EP?
I think it's subjective. I try to. Some songs are obviously a little more on the nose, but I do like to leave things open for interpretation because not everybody is gonna interpret it the same way. Even if you put it out, blatant, people are gonna kind of adapt it to themselves. So no, I never put out anything with the intention to be like, this is how you should feel when hearing this. I don't think that's really my MO. I think it's better for people to kind of get their own experience out of the project.
Fair enough. Hell yeah.
Great. And are you able to touch on any particularly challenging or standout moments during the creation of this EP, positive or negative?
No, everything is pretty seamless. Even like back to the intro song, like even taking however long we took to make that, it's all pretty seamless because I don't let making music become challenging to me.
Okay, good.
And not even in a way of like I'm too good for that. If it becomes a challenge or it feels like it's not fun to write the song anymore, it's probably not a good direction for me to be going, and I'll usually just scrap it.
Wow.
So no, I wouldn't say there's never any challenges when I'm writing my music. If it's not coming out, I'm just not making music. I feel like a lot of people might force through things, and some people say you have to force through things to get a good idea. I don't know. Not me. I just feel like I can't do it. I gotta just like, if I'm not having fun, then there's no point in making the music, whether it be sad music or whatever,
When you kind of hit that wall of deciding whether or not you're having fun or if you're just having difficulty writing, do you give it like a timeline of I'll give it a couple more hours until I completely scrap it? Or is it just right when you get that feeling you're done?
No, I say it's more like we might pivot to a different song, or like, if we start a session at noon and we hit a wall at 1:00, I'm not gonna be like, let's cancel. It's more like, this isn't working. Let's switch to chords. Let's switch to key.
Yeah.
Let's try a new melody. Like, I'll never force through an idea. Like, if we make an instrumental, even if the instrumental took us 5 hours and the instrumental's not sick after 5 hours, I'm not going to be like, well, we already did this. Let's write a song. And like I said, some people say that you get your best stuff by pushing through. I think, and then I'll always take a bounce of whatever we did make, and kind of keep it to the side. If I hear it again later, or I get inspired later, then I'll go back into it. Nothing ever can be like completely dead.
Okay.
But yeah, it's I don't know. It's interesting. I feel like a lot of people don't work the way I do, but I know Landon from The Plot in You, he just does everything by himself, and he can just work freely in his own zone all the time. So if he doesn't like something, he probably just gives up and goes back later or whatever, because he has the freedom to do it because he does 100% of everything.
Yeah.
So it's a little different for me working with other people because I'm not I don't produce much. I do a little bit. Like I said, I did like some of Watch Out and a few other songs, but yeah, it's I don't know.
Gotcha. Hell yeah. So for this question, I want you to picture you're on tour. You're at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
My band is gonna want me to say zebra cakes. That's what they're gonna want me to say.
Okay.
Sometimes you go to a Quick Trip and there'll be like a cheesecake there. That's sick.
Okay.
I love Take Fives.
Mhm.
Underrated. People don't talk about it enough.
No.
And they changed the packaging, so it did throw people off a bit.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, but you know, it's if I'm walking around after a show. So you said I would say gas station. So those would be my three then.
Hmm.
I would say those. But I have to be in the mood for tea. I had to have like not eaten dinner. You know what I mean? I can't eat a cheesecake and then go to sleep.
Yeah,
I
hell
don't blame
no.
you.
But I do love it. I do love cheesecake. My front of house Phil, he loves cheesecake too. So, you know.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that. But
twin.
you know, if you eat cheesecake right before you go to bed, you're gonna wake up feeling like you ate cheesecake the next day.
Yeah, I don't want to do that all the
Mhm.
time. But but sometimes there's a difference. Like maybe it's an off day. Maybe it's 9 p.m. and we started going early. I can eat a cheesecake at 9 p.m. if I go to bed till 1. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got what you're
yeah.
saying.
It's this is a very situational question. Like one time, we'd walk around to a 7-Eleven after a show. I might get a taquito. Who knows?
Yeah,
I
when the
don't know.
mood hits you, you know?
I'm feeling
You know?
crazy.
Honestly, and I think switching it up is the only way that you can really survive through 38 gas stations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Surviving through 55 gas stations, you need to switch this up. If you have a go-to, I don't know.
Yeah.
I might be really worried about that.
You might be
Yeah.
going crazy by
You
gas
might be
station
going crazy.
How do you
55.
trust?
58 nights in a row eating the same thing? I don't know.
Eating
Yeah.
a cheesecake?
Eating,
Oh.
yeah, no, you can't do 55 cheesecakes. See what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You'd be
See,
looking
I
like a
realized
cheesecake.
I realized I botched this question because I was speaking out of feeling.
Yeah.
I
That's
do love
okay. It's
Fuck
like
is your
it's,
problem?
it's your wish list. Like what if you got the ultimate and you're going in and there's no
Yeah.
consequences the next morning, what are you going for? Obviously it's situational. Some days you might have to go the healthy route and get like a gas station apple. I don't fucking know.
I do like an apple. I like a banana.
Yeah.
Fuck with bananas. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
You like
Yeah.
gas station grapes?
I don't think. Are they in a bag?
No, they're in like a little cup.
Oh yeah, that's chill.
Yeah.
With like the seal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I enjoy
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, me too.
You don't want them airborne.
No, I don't want. Yeah, I don't want.
Ew.
I don't want loose grapes.
That's fucking disgusting.
Like
Where
a
have they
grocery
been?
store, like a loose
Yeah.
grape.
Oh,
I can't do it.
No.
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 I don't blame you.
All right. And on the topic of food, if your music project was a dish, what dish would it be and why?
Probably be specifically a box combo from Cane's would be my dish
Okay.
because
That's
it's the best meal in the world. So
bold take. Very
Yeah.
bold take.
it's unfortunate, but and some people might agree with that, and that's what's great because most people will say I don't make the best music in the world, but most people would say that a box combo is not the best food in the world. But here I am
There you
Taking
are.
that stance.
pledging that. Yeah, I'm pledging
Yeah.
to this stance.
Yeah, I respect it. I respect
All
it.
right. And for the last couple questions, I'm going to shift completely away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
It would be well. I guess I'd probably go Caniac, two toast, butter on both sides, and a lemonade.
Ooh.
Be my meal.
lemonade.
The Cane's lemonade, yeah, that'd be my death row meal. It would have to be.
Okay.
My family wouldn't know who I was if I picked something else.
Sounds like
All
someone
right.
likes Canes. It might be
I
part of your
do.
personality.
Yeah.
I do. It's part of it. Yeah.
You sponsored yet? Or
We were trying. We were like this close. But like in my first tour, my first headline tour, we ended up with like $4,000 worth of Cane's gift cards because people were bringing them every night.
Dude, keep that
Yeah.
shit going.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. And if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Oh, I don't watch anything fictional. I don't know. That's a crazy question because I have no clue. I can't think of one fictional world.
A single fictional world?
I can Google one. Let me see. Watch this. This will be my answer. Ready?
Oh no.
Hold on,
Okay.
ready? Best fictional world. What the? None of this. There's no answers here.
Yeah.
The best fictional world to live in. Narnia.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
I appreciate you giving us an answer, not saying I don't know, and then expecting us to
Just
move
moving
There you
on.
go.
Yeah.
Narnia, I believe
Yeah,
would be my answer.
Narnia, great,
Oh, fuck with
great
Narnia.
TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm big on Narnia.
Yeah, oh,
Big
yeah,
Narnia
love
guy.
it.
And I've asked the last question. Every single person that we've spoken to have said that is the most important question. What's your favorite color?
Man, it changes a lot because it's like my favorite clothing colors would be black, obviously. I think my favorite color would be blue. If I had
Ooh.
to pick a color, but I feel like the color that I gravitate towards most is green, probably because of the Eagles, but I feel like that's probably my like I'll go. It's also my birthstone. Like emerald is my birthstone.
Mhm.
I don't know. I would go. Yeah, I'll go green for now.
Fuck yeah. Fly,
Yeah.
Eagles, fly.
Yeah, I'll go green for now.
Damn
Hell
right.
yeah. All
Mhm.
right. So as I said, that's all the questions you have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Yeah, check this out.
Oh.
Yeah, check this out. I just did this yesterday. Here's what I'm plugging. Let's see if this works. Can you hear that?
No.
I tried to plug in new music, but I guess fucking not. You can't hear this at all?
No. This is the worst day of my life.
Whatever. Hey, I can hear it.
There's new music.
There's new music. I'm working on it right now.
There's new
Yeah.
music.
And it sounds great, I assume.
Oh yeah, it does. Trust me, it's the best thing you ever heard.
It's fucking crazy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Sal. It's been 0936, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.